Hello friends, I welcome you all to the Genius Academy platform. Today we are going to start our new subject, that is history. In this we will cover prelims plus mains, both syllabus. Under prelims, it is unit 1 which covered history syllabus. And in mains, that is paper 1, part A, unit 1, unit 2 and unit 4. These are the portion of history. We will not only cover the whole syllabus line to line, but we will also do some important MCQs. After every chapter, we will also evaluate our answer writing. Whatever we have read, can we able to write it on the paper, because at the last, mains is the final make or break exam. So we should know how to write. About history, what I should say, if you don't know the concept, if you don't know the chronology, it is so hard to remember it. Remember part is so important in history, but once you know the chronology of every dynasty, then it will become that much simple for you. So without being much delay, let's start our syllabus discussion first of all. After this lecture, you can able to say the phases of history. What is the importance of history? And also you will know the chronology from ancient to medieval India. So just let's start our today's lecture. It is prelim syllabus that is covered under unit 1. History of India. Concept and ideas. Ancient Indian knowledge tradition. ये जो first part है, this first part is totally of ancient India. Around like Vedic period or up to Mahajanpadas, Jainism, Buddhism, it will cover some of our Purans, religious factor also. So this first is based on concept and idea and philosophy of Indian tradition. So in this we can see what are the main points. MPPSC will ask question. Bharatvarsh, Vedas, we will read in Vedic period. Upanishads, Arankyas, Brahman Granth, Sat Darshan जो कि philosophy, there are 6 philosophy in India. Smriti, Rit, Sabha, Samiti, Gantantra. During Mahajanpata, there are Gantantra also, just like Vaji. Varnashram, Purusharth, this is the main aim of the life. Rin Sanskar, how many Sanskar are there in the Hindu's religion? Panch Mahayagya or Yagyas, principle of karma, Bodhisattva. These are the previous birth of Buddhism, Buddha, which are mentioned under Jataka stories. In Sachi Stupa, you can able to see Jataka's story on the railing. Okay. Tirthankar, 24th Tirthankar of Jainism. Let's look at the next point. Salient feature, events and administration, social, economic system of ancient and medieval India. What does this point mean? Of every dynasty, we can take example of Maurya Empire. About Maurya Empire, what we have to read? We just have to read its administrative system, what is the social condition at that period of time, and what is the economic condition at that period of time. And we also want to see the political system of Mauryas, because at the time of Maurya, government is highly centralized. The whole power is in center of king. Whatever king say, it's right. There is no power of constitution. No people have right. There is the rule of king. Next, it's of art and culture, art form, literatures, festival and events, just like fairs. These are, we will cover this portion in very depth. Social religious reforms movement, this is the point related to modern India. From here, modern India we have to cover. Independent struggle and Indian national movement, there is no much different. Indian national movement will cover under this point. Integration, reorganization of India after independence, the formation of new India, how government make new states through State Reorganization Act, how Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel consolidate different princely state into a single Indian union. We will see in this. Let's look at next. This is our syllabus in mains. Section A, History, Unit 1. We can see the syllabus in pre and mains is overlap. So, if we are thinking we should read only for pre or we should read only for mains, it's of no work. We have to prepare integratedly. Integrated preparation is needed. You have to integrate your preparation. Political, economical, social and cultural history from 11th to 18th century. Sultanate, Mughal rulers and their administrative and evolution of medieval culture. This is ancient plus medieval India. We have already seen in prelims exam. What is difference between prelims and mains is, in prelims you have to by heart every facts, dates and the important battles which are fought and some of the important facts, figures and religious things. Okay. There are some terms which are used in ancient or medieval time, just like Bali. It is the tax introduced by kings on the farmer. So these terms are also asked in exam. So in medieval India, in prelims, examiner will ask they will give name of any particular literature and they will ask who wrote this literature. Under Unit 3, it is the syllabus of modern India, British rule of Indian economy and society, how British rule impact the economy and society of India. We have seen that first independent struggle of 1857, the reason is the religious and economic interference of Britishers in India. They tried to reorganize our religion. So in order to repel them, government introduced, we should know our history, so MPPSC introduced this syllabus. Reaction of Indian against British colonial rule. Every sector just at that period of time. See, in this syllabus, when Britishers come to India, and in this point, you will see what steps Indian took against their enforcement. So, peasant revolt, tribal revolts, and first in freedom movement of 1857, Indian Renaissance, national freedom movements and its leader. So this is the action and this is the reaction from India. So we have to see the farmers revolt, tribals revolt and our political revolts after the formation of Indian National Congress by A.O. Hume. Freedom movement in Madhya Pradesh. After India, there is the regional independence movement. At that time, MP was the part of Central India province. So this will be covered in the MP section, Unit 4, emergence of India as the Republic nation. It is the formation of new Indian state. Let's see the introduction and reconstruction of the past. So, before that, let's talk about some past. In how many phases Indian history is divided? There are 3 phases, just like ancient, medieval and modern. But when we talk whole history is divided into how many phases? They are of 3 type of phases: prehistory, proto-history and history. Whatever we divided ancient, medieval and modern, these are covered under history. So we will talk it about after. Let's see, during prehistory or at ancient time, we don't have written records. So how our historian reconstructed our history? This is the major question. Our first written record was found in the Indica, which was written by Megasthenes. He is the commander of Alexander. So our first written we got from there about India. For that, our historian depend on architecture and coins, potteries or other things which are got from the excavation. That only we will going to see in next slides. Material remains. How we will know about that if we got any remain? How we can know that this remain particularly related to which period of time? There is the technique, radiocarbon dating. Through that we can identify that this particular item belongs to which date. About using that, we can know the date of tools, pottery, artifacts. What are the artifacts? Artifacts are the items which are used by people at that period of time, just like tools and technologies. Metal implement, just like bronze, copper, they have used. Archaeology in science of digging mounds, old mounds and understand the material life of the people. Through this we can able to know the life of people living at that period of time. Alexander Cunningham is the father of Indian Archaeological Survey because he discovered Mohenjo-daro and Sachi Stupa and many more historical monuments and plays the major role. Second thing is inscription. What are the inscription? When we write something on the hard rocky surface, that is known as the inscription. Why these inscriptions are used? Because at that period of time, when king have to command its people, they engraved its command on the wall, either on the wall of the temple or on any buildings or forts. And where this were used? Ashoka's inscription, which are written in Brahmini and Kharosti script. James Precipi. This man is the first man, James Precipi is the first man who read the Ashokan inscription in 1837. Let's look at the next remains. Types of inscription. How many types? Royal order. When any king orders something, royal order. About social, religious and administrative matter. Just we have seen Asoka's inscription. On that inscription, he wrote about the how people have to live together. He spread his Dhamma through the inscription, and we have found those from north to the south India and from east to the west. He also spread its Buddhism through inscription from up to the Sri Lanka or China and many more Southeast Asian countries. Eulogies. What are eulogies? When when any author praised its king in its biography, so they are known as eulogy. Donative. We can see the example in Satvahanas. We get the proof that they donate land to the farmers. That is known as the donation. Coins. When we study the coins, that is known as the numismatics. Ancient coin that are made of copper, silver, gold and lead. Can you answer me which are the first type of coin found in India? Those are Panchmar coin. We don't know the exact date of those coin, but it's around before Maurya period or during the Mahajanpadas. That is debatable issue. Hoards often include foreign coins, Roman coins. Roman coins dated back up of 500 BC, when Roman traded to Guptas for their spices. Coins shed lights and economic history. How coins shed the history of that particular dynasty? What is the economic condition of the dynasty? See, we can see when the trade was flourished between Gupta and Roman. There is lot of purity of gold in those coins. But when Huns started to attack on Gupta from north to west, and the trade is abrupted because there is downfall of Roman Empire. So we can see the quality of gold is also decreased with time. Through this we can identify the economic condition was degraded during that time of Guptas. Let's look at the next source, literary source. We can get literary source only from Vedas. During Vedic period, they are of religious type or some are secular, which are written by the poets. Jas Ritu Samara by Kalidas, Mudra Rakshas by Vishakadatta, in which he explained about the Chandragupta Maurya, how Chandragupta Maurya, with the help of his minister Chanakya, became the king of Magadh. Arthashastra by Kautilya, administrative and social life. The name is Arthashastra of that book. Arthashastra is the very important book written by a great scholar Kautilya, who was the minister of Chandragupta Maurya, under which he defined how the political system of countries should be governed. But the name is Arthashastra. It don't have any relation with economy. Matter is all about polity. Sangam literature, Tamil text. Sangam literature during Maurya period, in South India, 3 dynasties were ruling: Chola, Chera and Pandyas. During that time, there is this literature are written, those are known as Sangam period. So these are some sources. Foreign accounts. When any foreigner came to India and he wrote about the India in his particular biography or on his book, through those things also we got to know about history of ours. Just like Greek, Roman, Chinese. चाइनीज में फायान एंड ह्यूनसांग जो कि एक गुप्ता पीरियड के टाइम पे आए हैं और दूसरे हर्षवर्धन के टाइम पे. दे टोल्ड अबाउट द सोशल कंडीशन ऑफ दैट पीरियड. वी विल डिस्कस दिस इन ब्रीफ in our next lecture when we are going to cover Gupta's period. Okay. Plinius Historia, he mentioned the trade between India and Rome. We already saw social, religious and economic condition during Gupta and Harsha's period are identified in the documents of Fayan and Hunsang. Let's look at the other source. So this is the conclusion. क्या हमने पढ़ा? We can know about our history through material remains. Material remains जैसे कि poetry, artifacts, tools they are using, stones they are using. Through that, with the help of carbon dating, we can know about them, about the date, about the period that particular things is related to. Material remains, archaeological evidence, inscription, which are the command given by king to its what we can say उनकी प्रजा को, okay, people living in that kingdom, coins, literature source and foreign accounts. Coins, through coins we can know the economic condition. Literary source is not we can say they are neutral because court poets wrote them for the praising of their king. So they will not write any true fact about that king. What if that in any particular battle that king defeated, but in the praise of that king his court poet wrote that he got victory. So if there is like this situation arises in front of historian, what they do? They see some other resources also. They see the literature written by the court poet of both the kings, so that they reach at any conclusion after that. Foreign accounts. By foreign accounts, we can also know the social, religious and economical condition of our society of that period of time. Just we have shown earlier that Fayan and Hunsang's accounts. So many historian Italians who have reached during the period of Vijayanagar Empire, they wrote about the Vijayanagar glories, about Krishnadev Rai's, about the Tamil literature. Okay. So at this time is to know the phases of history. History is divided into how many phases? History is divided into pre-history, proto-history and history. What is the pre-history? At that particular period, about that particular period, we don't have any written documents or any written source available. So that type of history is known as the prehistory. Can you say the example of prehistory? That is Stone Age, Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic period. And what is different from pre to proto? In proto, we have the sources, we have the script, but we don't know how to decipher it. Just like example of Indus Valley civilization, its pictography script, which our historian till now couldn't decipher. It is so hard to reconstruct based on those evidence our history. And at last, that is history, in which we have archaeological evidences. What are the archaeological evidences? Those are artifacts used by people. And which are artifacts? Artifacts are those things which are used by people in day-to-day life, the tools, potteries, and the pots they are using. So, through this also we can know about that particular period of time. Let's see once. Okay, about history. What are the characteristics of history? We have written documents, we have a script, and we also know how to decipher it. That is a history. And in India, when it is started? From the Vedic period. Because we have proper Vedas in literary source. Let's look at once prehistory. Prehistory, you can take pen and paper also. While we discuss, if I say some other things or related to those things, any example if I dedicate, okay, so you should write in your pen and paper. So let's look about prehistory. There are no document recorded, but the article remains are found. Through those article remains, we can art in fact just like tools, stones. At that period of time, stones there are the main source of architectural remains are the stones, flakes, axes used by those people to cut the flesh, to kill the animals, to hunt. Those are the architectural remains and evidences. On the basis of those, we are reconstructing the prehistory. In proto-history, written records are available, but hasn't been deciphered. Just like example is Indus Valley civilization, in which pictographic script is not deciphered till now. So to know about the history of those period of time, it is a probability game. To know about Harappa, we have to see the literary source of Mesopotamia, because they have trade link between them. And in history, we can see there is written records available and has been deciphered just like Vedas, which are written in Sanskrit. Reconstruction of the prehistory based on the presence of enough evidence. On the basis of enough evidence, we can reconstruct our history. So these are the different phases. And now we are going to take some example of each phase. About pre. This is Stone Age. Stone Age, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic. This whole age are differentiated based on the stone tools we got from this period. In this, only example in India is the Indus Valley civilization, about whom we have the script but we can't able to decipher that. So it will cover under proto-history. Third one is history. Under this, we have divided our ancient, medieval and modern. There are written records have been deciphered, and for the example is Vedic period. Another example is Mahajanpadas. Up to Mahajanpadas, Gupta period, we have got Puranas. We have enough literary evidences from Vedic period to know and to decipher our history. Let's look at the evaluation of human on the earth. When the earth crust formed, it formed, after this there are four phases. Out of these four phases, Holocene age, in which human being is appeared in Africa 3 million years ago. And when human is appeared in India, it is 1.4 million ago. And which race he belongs? It's Negroid, Negrito. Robert Brucefoot. He is the very famous person because he found the first stone tool axe from Palwaran in Andhra Pradesh. First tool which was found is the axe Kulhadi. And this man found this from Andhra Pradesh, Palwaran region. And after that, from our Narmada Valley in Madhya Pradesh, Arun Sonkia in 1982 found the human fossil on Narmada Valley. And what is interesting in this human fossil? After the discovery of this fossil of remains, he was named as Narmada Man. But after some period of time, archaeologists came to know that this fossil is belong to a female. So it was renamed as Narmada human. This was the name given, Narmada human. So let's see human history. Sorry, this is the wrong line. Please cut this when you go to the PPT. So first we will see the subcategorization of the prehistory, that is Stone Age. Old Stone Age, Paleolithic Age, जो कि 5 लाख से 10,000 बिफोर क्रिस्ट. BCE मतलब, see there is 0 when Jesus Christ got birth on the earth. That year is known as 0. And it is 10,000 BCE or 5 lakh BCE, means this is the birth. This is 10,000 years before the birth of Jesus Christ. So foreigner took date like this. So we have to follow that. So 5 lakh to 10,000. This is the longest period of human history. In this, hunting and gathering is the major. hunting and gathering. Just hunting wild animals and gathering some fruits, wild fruits is the main occupation, and they are using this all are differentiated due to the stone we got from the sites. So in this no polished stone. There is no polished stone we got from this side. In later Stone Age, human started to learn fishing with hunting and gathering, and microlith, just like the size of tools became small. They are known as micro. These are found in this age. And new stone, that is Neolithic, domestication of animal, that is sheep and cow, and also agriculture. These are the two important things. And one more thing, tools are polished. Polished tools are used at this period of time. Let's see second phase, that is proto-history. About proto-history, we already saw we have only one civilization about which we have script but we can't decipher, so it come under the proto-history, and Indus Valley civilization. Its time period is 2600 to 1800 BC. And it is the first civilization of Indian continent. Can you say the meaning of civilization? What is civilization? Civilization is the standardization of culture. What does mean standardization? Civilization is the standardization of culture. And what does it mean of standardization? In a geographical area, any particular geographical area, all people living in that area follow the same rules and regulation. They have emotional connection between them. This is known as the standardization. So this is the first urban civilization of India, which covered under the proto-history. Chalcolithic age, which is from 3000 to 700 BC. Chalcolithic age, which is from 3000 to 700 BC, comes under this during Indus Valley civilization. This age is overlapped during IVC. Why it overlap? क्या ये civilization, Indus Valley civilization और चालकोलिथिक एज का क्या मतलब उनमें क्या सेम है, क्या कुछ सिमिलैरिटी है? Both are situated at one place? No. IVC is situated on the northwest part of India, but some civilization are also taking part into different area of India, just like South India, Central India, Western India, at the Ganga's plain. So those are covered under Chalcolithic. We will see this in detail in our next classes. This is the only introduction, and today we are just going to understand the chronology of ancient and medieval history. Historical age. So historical age, where we have written evidences, and with written evidences we also have archaeological evidences. First written evidence we got from, and which could be deciphered, those are Vedas, ancient literature of India, ancient religious literature. That time period is from 1500 BC to 500 BC. In Vedic period, there are two type of Vedic period are subdivided. Why? There are early and later Vedic period. There is difference. There is difference in the caste system. Caste arises in the later Vedic period. Condition of women is going down in later Vedic period. Formation of king from elected to become hierarchy from early to later Vedic period. So these are the major differences. More and more animal sacrifices are increased from early to later Vedic period, so that we can see the occurrence of Jainism and Buddhism, because you are sacrificing more and more cattle, and cattle is known as the wealth at that point of time. So in order to stop this sacrifice in yagna, Jainism and Buddhism became so popular at that period of time. So early Vedic period time period is 1500 to 1000 BC. Later Vedic period it's 1000 to 500 BC. After this, let's see the chronology of ancient India, which is from 600 BC to 750 AD. We will going to see. So friends, if you know the chronology, ancient history is not so much difficult. But you should know once the chronology of every dynasty, every king, every event. So it will become simple to memorize facts, figure related to history. History started with Mahajanpadas. There are 16 Mahajanpadas, out of which Maurya become Magadh, out of which Magadh become the most powerful Mahajanpad, which during the reign of Ashoka indulge and take all the other Mahajanpadas into Magadh and became one from north to south, one single kingdom, and it became the largest kingdom, and he came to known as Chakravarti, who rules all the four sides. So let's see the first dynasty of Magadh, Haryanka dynasty. In this we will see Bindusar, Ajashatru. The period of this dynasty is 556 BC to 412 BC. Shishunak dynasty, its period is 412 BC to 345 BC. Let's Nanda dynasty, which is founded by Mahapadmanand, but the last ruler is Dhananand. This dynasty ruled from 345 to 321 BC. After Dhananand, it is Maurya dynasty with the help of Chandragupta, with the help of his minister Chanakya, overpowered to the Magadh throne and ruled till 321 BC, and the end of this dynasty is at 185 BC, when Pushyamitra Sung, the minister of Maurya dynasty, killed the last ruler of Maurya, and he found the Sung dynasty. that his Bihadrat, whom he killed. At this period of time, when in North India there are Mahajanpad age and Maurya period, at the same time there is three kingdoms, major three kingdoms are in South India. Those rule from 300 BC to 300 AD. That is Sangam age, in which Chera, Chola and Pandyas. These are the three important and earliest dynasty we know about the South India. Let's look at the post-Maurya period. After Maurya, it is known as post-Maurya. After Ashoka, after the death of Ashoka, his weak successor can't able. See, before that, Ashoka adopted, rather than battle, he adopted Dhamma policy. Rather than fight, by peacefully we should conquer the people. And these policies are adopted by his next rulers also. But his due to the weakness, his successor can't able to consolidate the whole empire strongly. So at once, the power of Magadh empire, when it was in its peak, it ruled over all the India. But the time has come when it stayed till the around Magadh. Just like in 1857, Mughal empire, the power remained till its Red Fort. So there are two types of people, means dynasties, some of Indian indigenous and some are foreigners. So once Maurya empire become weak, northwest part of India became vulnerable. So foreigner started attacks from northwest, and some province of Maurya dynasty, they became independent. They declared their own independence. So we can see about them. Those dynasty which became independent are Sung dynasty. Pushyamitra Sung, he killed Bihadrat and became the empire. So he found Sung dynasty from 185 BC to 75 BC. After that, there is Kanwa dynasty, which ruled from 75 BC to 1 AD. After that, there is Satvahana dynasty, which ruled from 1st AD to 300 AD. Satvahana dynasty present during Sunga period. When Sunga ruled over the Magadh, North and Central India, Satvahana was the South Indian dynasty, which ruled over the part of the Maharashtra. Foreigners, Indo-Greek. Indo-Greek started attack on the India. And they not only attack, they came and settled into India and they accept the culture of India. So they just not came to loot Indians, but to stay there. Another is Indo-Scythians. They came in 150 BC. They are also known as Sakas, which are fought with Chandragupta Maurya II of that Gupta dynasty. After that, Parthian, which came in 25 AD. Let's look at next chronology, Gupta period. Guptas, it is the golden age of Indian history, because Guptas are trading with Romans and lot of gold they import from Rome. They just export spices and they import golds. So it is known as the golden period. Sri Gupta is the founder after that, but the real founder is the Chandragupta Maurya. Real founder is Chandragupta Maurya. Samudragupta. We can see that these are the coins. These are the coins and images related to Chandragupta and Samudragupta. Samudragupta, in this image we can see he is playing Venas. So at that period of time, kings are started to depict on the coins. We can see that by seeing this coin that he is so much interested in art and culture and music. This is the coin related to Chandragupta, in which he have bow and arrow in his hand. So we can identify he is the expansionist ruler who used to expand its territory more and more. These are the engraved, wall engraved, temple wall engraved of South India related to Pallavas. Chandragupta II and Kumargupta, Skandagupta. These are the major ruler of Gupta dynasty. Gupta dynasty have threat due to the multiple attacks of Hun at the last period of its time. After that, there is new emergence of dynasty, that is Pushyabhuti dynasty from 600 AD to 647 AD, which is ruled by Harshvardhan. After Harshvardhan, it get disintegrated. During Harshvardhan period time, in South India, Pallavas is ruling in South India and Chalukyas are also ruling in South India. So during 600 AD to 900 AD, we can also see the fight between Harshvardhan and Pallavas ruler Pulkeshin II, in which Pulkeshin II defeated Harshvardhan and can't able to expand its empire from north to south more and more. So you should remember this chronology. It will become so easy to remember history. Let's look at the next medieval history. After post-Gupta, there is the end of ancient history. And after that, there is the medieval history. How we bifurcate between the ancient and medieval history? Just the invasion of Islamist ruler on India, we mark is as the medieval history. So, medieval history we divided into two parts, early medieval history and later medieval history. There are three dynasties in early medieval history. There are three dynasties ruling over the north and central India of central India. Just Pratihar, Gurjara. These Gurjar are the tribes. They are not Gurjar. These are Gurjar and used to live in West India. Pala dynasty. They gave so much aid to Buddhism. Rashtrakuta dynasty and Pala dynasty ruled over the Bengal. During this period, in South India, in 900 AD to 1200 AD, there is mainline Chola or Imperial Chola. During Chola period, two things are major. One is its village panchayat and another is its sculptures and art and culture. So during Chola period, South temples, which are Dravidian style, they reach at its peak. Let's look about lateral medieval history. It's दिल्ली सल्तनत जो कि 1200 से 1526 तक था. What happened in 1526? Babur attacked on Lodi and became the king. After that, there is the introduction of Mughal dynasty in Delhi. So, first dynasty is the slave dynasty, when Muhammad Ghori used to attack on Delhi and he defeated Prithviraj Chauhan. After that, he gave his slave permission to stay, that is Iltutmish, to stay there in Delhi. So on the basis of this dynasty is known as slave dynasty, and it ruled from 1206 to 1290 AD. After that, there is Khilji dynasty. It ruled from 1290 AD to 1320 AD. After that, there is Tughlaq dynasty, which ruled from 1320 AD to 1414 AD. Sayyid dynasty from 1414 AD to 1451 AD. From Lodi dynasty from 1451 AD to 1529 AD. Rather than remembering exact date, we can also just like say Sayyid dynasty from 1414 to 1451. Rather than remembering like this, we can just remember from 1415 to 1450. So this word became easy to remember also. Next, later medieval period. That age is from Mughal Empire till the death of Aurangzeb in 1707 AD. Babur first, who ruled from 1526 from 1530. Humayun, he ruled in two phases. When Sher Shah Suri, he attacked on Humayun, and Humayun got defeat in Battle of Chausa. After that, Sher Shah Suri, Sher Shah became the Sultan of Delhi, and Humayun fled to Iran. After that, again after the death of Sher Shah Suri, Humayun see the opportunity that there is no any strong ruler, so he attacked on the Delhi and again occupied Delhi. After that, Akbar, Jahangir. Akbar is from 1556 to 1605. Jahangir is from 1605 to 1627. Shah Jahan 1627 to 1658. Aurangzeb 1658 to 707. And after, during that period of time, there is Su dynasty, which is from 1540 to 1555, which is ruled by the Sher Shah Suri. But after his death, during the bombardment of Kalinjar fort, he died. And after that, no strong ruler could occupy his kingdom. Again, Humayun attacked on him and regained its kingdom. So that's all for today. We have seen the whole chronology and about the different phases of Indian history. What you have to do, you have to just revise it multiple times, and you can see this video multiple times so that it will stuck in your mind. And you can make notes also through this PPT. In one page you can revise. Okay, at last we should revise whatever we have teach. So first of all, let's see the phases of history. There are pre, another is proto, and third one is history. prehistory, there are archaeological remains, and in proto, there are archaeological remains. We have script, but there are no deciphered of that script. But in history, we have every evidence. And in history, we have evidence of literature and architecture. Literature source just like religious and court poets literature. After that, there is the Vedic period. In Vedic period, there is the early Vedic period and later Vedic period. After that, there is Mahajanpadas. Different ruler ruled over them, but there are 16 Mahajanpadas, but Magad is the most powerful Mahajanpad. After that, post Maurya, when Magad, after the Ashoka started to decline, indigenous provinces declared their own independence. After that, foreigners started to attack on India from northwest side. Indigenous princely state who became independent or who replaced Magad are Shungas, Kanvas and Satvahanas. Foreigner who attacked on India, those are Indo-Greeks, Indo-Scythians, that is Sakhas, and Parthians. Okay. After that, there is Gupta period, but before that, in South India, there is also Sangam period is going on. There are three major dynasties, Chera, Chola and Pandya. After that, there is Gupta period in North India. After Gupta period, there is the post-Gupta period, in which Pushyabhuti dynasty, Harshvardhan became the most powerful ruler in North India. And at that time, parallel, in South India, there is Pallava dynasty and Chalukya dynasty. Now let's come to the medieval history. How we differed ancient and medieval history. Just after the attack of Muslim rulers on India, we identify this as the early medieval period. In early medieval period, there are different dynasties. In North India, there are Pratihar Gurjar, another is Pala, and third one is the Rashtrakuta. And in later medieval period, there is Delhi Sultanate. Delhi Sultanate there is one Sultanate, but there are different dynasties. So first is Slave, another is Khilji, third is Tughlaq, fourth one is Sayyid, and fifth one is the Lodi dynasty. After that, there is Babar attacked on India and defeated Lodi ruler, and it found Mughal rule. And the chronology of these kings are Babar, Humayun, Akbar, Shah Jahan, Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb. And he is the last ruler of the medieval rule. Now we will start in detail from Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic. We will see this age in detail, and after that we will start with Indus Valley civilization we have seen today. After that, we will cover Vedic, Maurya, post-Maurya, and everything we have seen in this PPT. We will cover all those topics in detail, and today you should by heart and revise it multiple times to know this chronology. So that's all for today, and thank you all.